Hey Eric, here's my week's training update. So first off here, this is last Thursday's deadlifts. So this is 232.5 kilos for 6 sets of 2. So these are pretty good. I got a little out of position on some of them, kind of not being as patient as I should off the floor. Back was rounding a little bit, so you see here is a bit more patient. I chucked in most of the sets for you here, because they're not taking up much space, it's only 2 reps at a time. But yeah, overall they felt pretty good. Got through the sets pretty quickly. Weight's not feeling too heavy, so that's positive, considering it's, closing in on 90%ish. So yeah, I was pretty happy with those. Next here is the same day. This is the Spoto press. So this is 135 kilos for 4 sets of 2. So these are a little bit harder than they had been, but the weight's getting up there, so it's as to be expected. But yeah, no, overall that was feeling good. Those Spotos always feel good though. Next up here is me squats. So this is the next day, Friday. These were pretty good. Yeah, fairly good. It's kind of the same old story with the squat, like I said last week. A little bit slow, but it's just kind of how it is. So I'm not too bothered with it. So you got a couple of sets here from the side. So this one here, I was just trying to cut the depth a little bit closer than I do, because I feel like I have been going probably a little bit deeper than necessary. Some of the further, later reps in the set, 2 and 3, are generally a little bit lower than the first rep, so I'm trying to keep it a bit more consistent. This here is my last set of these squats for the week. Yeah, so these were pretty good. As you can see there, depth's pretty good from the front even. And it's all moving pretty well. That one got up on me a little bit, but yeah, that's just kind of last rep of the day. And here's my top double. So 132.5 kilos for a 2. So this actually moved pretty good, probably better than last week. A little bit of a shake there in the middle, but that's probably about a true 9, I would say. So I was pretty happy with that. Now coming up to, so this is Monday's squats, so this is my 4 sets of 5. So, these probably should have felt a lot better than they did. They were a little bit harder than I expected. I've had a little bit of a sort of strain in my adductor, so my right hip's been a bit sore. And on this day I just struggled to get it warmed up to the point where it felt comfortable, so it's kind of, a little bit weary. There's probably that first set there. I think this one from memory is a little bit better, but it was just it's been a little bit sore, and it's still giving me a little bit of trouble, but I'm managing to be able to work around it if I warm it up properly and all that. And also getting a little bit of tightness in my middle of my back, kind of where I've had that previous injury. But same sort of thing, I've just got to sort of warm it up properly and work my way around it. But yeah, those squats felt a little bit worse than they probably should have, but it was all good. This is just the bench from the day. This is feeling like nothing pretty much. Very easy benches there. And then this is the day after, so short turnaround, probably about 18 hours or so, back squatting again. So 172 kilos, 4 sets of 3, paused. These were much better. I brought my stance in just slightly, just to stray off that hip a little bit, and warmed it up better, and it felt like it moved. Well, it was less painful, and it moved a bit better. And this is that same day, 117, 5 sets 3. This is Tuesday's workout. Once again, moving pretty good. Bench is feeling good at the moment, so that's a positive. So yeah, all good so far. Tomorrow I've got my top triple on my deadlifts, and then the day after is top squat for 4, set of 4. So I'll probably, after emailing you about what numbers I sort of had in mind, I'll probably take the more conservative number after kind of what you said, that we'll be looking to build on those numbers, and interested to see how they go. Hoping that everything goes well. Like I said, I've kind of been fairly conservative in training for the last 10 or so weeks, and really hoping to be able to just push something big in the coming few weeks. So looking forward to it. Everything's going good. Just got to work my way around that little hip issue, but I mean, should be able to do that. Should be fine. So all in all, pretty good, and I'll catch you up next week, mate. Cheers.